Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome to another installment of the car's up on jack stand, so I must have messed something up. So here's our G37 sedan. We've had this one for a long time, and it was kind of meant to be the reliable car while I was boosting Qzilla. Wanted to have a reliable daily, and what's not more reliable than a VQ37, right? Until you boost the shit out of it. So what we did is we boosted the shit out of it. So I made a custom kit for this one. Let me go ahead and show you guys. Got the IPL manifold cover swap here, you know, for just for rice. I love to make people upset. I really do. So I do things like put skyline on the back of my Infiniti, put IPL, you know, on top of the G sedan. You know, it's okay. Like, I do it for fun anyway. I do it for the lulz. This is a kit. No, this is not a kit. So this is a custom kit. This is based off of Top Gun's supercharger kit. Now, we use the stock manifolds, and the only difference is that it's a little more symmetrical than the kits that you find online. And they do that for you know, ease of use, because the power steering reservoir has to be moved over, and there are a lot of stuff kind of has to happen in this area right here. So they route the piping like this way. And I just thought it looked kind of funny looking, you know. I kind of wanted to have it symmetrical, you know. So let me show you right there. But anyway, it is a Vortec V3 SI blower, which is a little bit larger than the SCI. I made my own bracket here to flip the tensioner to the top. It makes really good boost. With the other pulley combo that I had, it was peaking like at 16-17 pounds of boost. It was wild. So went ahead and turned that down because the motor has 165,000 miles already. I wanted to boost it, but not like that. Dynoed at 643 wheel horsepower. It is a respectable sedan. It can do some damage on the street. It is fast, let me tell you. So this one has a level 10 transmission that I got from a friend. The stock transmission started to go out at about 125,000 miles or so. Yeah, the trans went out. So I had a buddy with an extra level 10 trans, and it was quicker, faster, and cheaper than getting an OEM. So I was like, you know what, for boost, I guess I'll get the level 10 trans, you know, and be prepared for the future. That trans went out 2 weeks ago. No, the trans started to slip about 2 weeks ago, and it was just flaring 4th to 5th. You know, you go to 4th, and then it would flare up to 5th, and then it would hold. And I was like, all right, well, stay at a boost between 4 and 5. And we did a couple of runs on the highway, and well, I just couldn't help myself. The belt snapped, grabbed the oil cooler line, broke the oil cooler line, transmission fluid everywhere. Took it to my friend's shop. Corey took care of me. He went ahead and replaced the line, the belt that snapped, and got me up and running again. And it lasted for about a week. And then the trans started to act up even worse. It wasn't flaring anymore, it was shuddering. Anytime you push the gas even a little bit, it would. And so I had to drive 4 hours home on Friday, and I could barely keep this thing at 65 miles an hour on the highway the whole drive. It was bad. I was like, I just got to get it home. As per my previous video, my friend Winston hooked me up with a transmission from a VR, and it's right there. Y'all see this? I had to get a single drop on me. Yeah, that's me driving the hell out of it. Plus all the boost didn't help. Alright, so what do we need to do? We need to drain the fluid. We need to drain the fluid, remove the exhaust system, drain the fluid, remove the exhaust system, disconnect the torque converter, disconnect all the wiring, disconnect the bolts around the bell housing and the mount on the bottom, and keep a jack under it, and oh, the drive shaft's got to come off too. Take off the drive shaft, drop the trans. In my head, it's real simple. To actually do it takes a little bit of effort. All right, let's get into it. Let's see how our oil is doing here. All right, so I guess we can start taking off the exhaust. I got a ratchet right here. I'll need some wrenches. We'll disconnect here. Luckily, it's all V-band clamps because it's a motor dyne. So battery's disconnected. I start disconnecting all the wire harnesses and go from there. We'll look a little bit further up. There's a harness here. That one goes to the TCM right there, so we'll have to disconnect that and our linkage. So right now we're just going to take our time and kind of run our hands back and forth and just make sure that everything's 100% clear before we try to remove this transmission by taking out all the bolts. So let me do that. Give me a second. I just put my hand up on the top, very top. I feel a big hole. There's no bolts up there. It's all the way up on the top. You can't even see it, but yeah, there's no bolts on the top of the transmission. Okay, those are the last two 17s. I did break them loose already. That way they'd be easy to take out, which they were right now. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 14 millimeters right here to remove the brace. These already broke loose also. 2, 3, 4. That's that. Okay, I got my persuasion bar also, so that way I can break it loose. So the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lower it just a little bit to see what happens. Okay, now I'm gonna persuade it. Got it loose on that side. Huh. I appear to be stuck. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, there it is. Like butter. It is now disconnected. All I gotta do is lower it down, pull it back. Okay, we got that son of a... Oh, Lord. Where's all the solenoids? Oh, no. That's not good. I am pretty sure there's supposed to be a solenoid in every single one of these. Alright, real quick, I just wanted to show you guys I fabbed up a little bracket here. I got some aluminum and just I cut a little like a 60-degree angle on it so that way I could go around the bell housing here. See that? And then on the top I welded a flat plate, and then I had to make a little spacer here and kind of, you know, combine the two. Doesn't look pretty at all, but it's not meant to be pretty. It's only meant to be used one time. All I need to do is trace the inside here, make that cutout, and then we'll transfer that over to the new bell housing on the VR trans by the way of these two bolts here. We do know that the VR trans has the same bolt pattern, or at least it should, everywhere except for the bottom. So by doing it here on the side, we should be good. I haven't actually tried it out yet. I'm still in the whole process of making this little bracket here. So let's go ahead and do that. Let me mark it out here and then cut it. I thought I did a pretty good job here. You know, works out pretty well. Got it here, attached like that. It's got the 2 holes. Everything's good. Nice cutout, exactly where it needs to be. And then I went ahead and flipped the transmission over, which ended up leaking. Yay. And I was like, all right, let me put it on. I was like, wait a second. Somebody already cut it out. So, yeah. It's already cut out. Ready to go. Didn't even look at it. So now this is worthless. I got it pretty secure right now. It's not going anywhere. I did put a couple of temporary bolts in the transmission to keep it, the bell housing against the motor, and then a jack stand back here. And I'm gonna raise up the jack right here. Let me show you how I did it. So because I had to hold the transmission with one hand, I got a leg on the other, and I was literally just jacking it up like that. That's how I had to do it. But you know, you do what you gotta do, and it's almost complete, guys. Just a little bit more time and she'll be running again. I went ahead and looked at the transmission cross member. There's a couple of things we can do. One is we can extend these holes further back. Oh, I'm sorry, further this way. Yeah, further back. So instead of the hole being here, the hole would be here. And then this one would be about right here, which means we'd have to add some steel. And see, you see how the motor mount itself is actually at a further, how do I explain this? So this part right here is flush with the frame. And this one's a little bit recessed. I mean, not by a lot, maybe 1/8 of an inch. I kind of want to keep that angle there. So I don't want to mess too much. I don't want to mess with this too much. Because if I cut here, then I have to, you know, level it exactly, and there's some welds, and I would have to grind these down, and I just think that's a little excessive. I don't think we have to do all that. All I have to do is get this section here and bump it back a little bit. See, I'm gonna move the holes about 1/2 inch back. So all I have to do is move this about 1/2 inch back. So I got a piece of a flat bar. And this is what I'm going to use to extend that out. Oh, I almost forgot my safety glasses. All right, well, that's the best I can do with an angle grinder. Let's see. All right, test fit. Where are the arrows? I think it's like that. Oh, there's the new 2 holes I made. Damn. All right, so I got a couple of pieces tacked up right here. I put a tack there, and there. And then I just cleaned it up real quick because I'm gonna go ahead and lay a weld here and here. We'll do the sides in just a second, but I wanted to go ahead and see if that's the right bump out, and it is. So let's go ahead and weld this part. Cleaned it up a little bit. It's not going to be a perfect weld. I'm not the best welder. I only have a few times doing this, so like, don't make fun of me. I'm trying my best here, but all right, let me get into it here. And so I ran out of gas. I didn't even know I was out of gas. The machine was really loud. And then I was like, I was holding it right for post flow, and I was like, I don't hear the gas. And yeah, it's fucking empty. All right, I got the gas. I got it finished up, so there we go. It's not the prettiest thing in the world. It is hot though, but I mean, it's sealed. And let's see if it works. Here's my mount. There it is. Then I got VR holes, I got VQ holes. So if you ever wanted to go back to VQ, you can. If you wanted to switch to VR, just put in here. Just put in here and here. Yep. Oh, there it is. Ta-da! All right. So let me just clean it up real quick, and then I'll paint it to prevent any kind of oxidation, any rust, all that good stuff. But overall, I mean, it works. All right. I am so happy with this, man. It's perfect. It fits just perfect. It's in the exact same, it has the exact same level as the original. I didn't have to make a custom brace or any of that shit. All I had to do is just bump this out. That's it. Okay, I got an update. I took off the collar on the drive shaft so I can see how much space I have. All right, so that's in. This side right here, yeah, it's not gonna go in just yet. But I don't care about that. What I care about is this point here to the transmission. So let's see how much space we're working with. Well, shit. There's plenty. There's plenty of space. I mean, technically it's gonna be half an inch, you know, closer than it was before, but I think that's plenty of space. The engine and transmission does not move forward and backward very much. It pivots a little, right? That's why we have the mount. I'm so proud of that mount. But, you know, forward and backward movement, not so much. And if it does, I mean, I have more than half an inch right here. Fuck, I think we can use the original drive shaft. I don't see an issue at all. I'm pretty sure this will work. Now, just one thing to know is that because we are so tight right here, we're gonna have to either drop this or drop the transmission, so that way we can kind of we can put one side in here, we can put one side in there, and then pick the center part up. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying here. Let me show you real quick. Okay, so what I was saying is that, like, here in the back, it needs to go in, right? But it's not straight. It's not straight enough to go all the way in. And at the front, I mean, it's already maxed out because we're so far forward right now. I mean, once we get it up, then it'll be okay. But right now, I'm hitting, so I can't put the drive shaft up yet. But if I drop those two bolts in the back, or I drop it back here, I should have enough play, or at least I should change the angle enough to where it matches like that, to where I can put everything up at the same time. So a little more difficult, but I don't think I have to get a custom drive shaft. Well, maybe now because I dropped it. See, I loosened up the sway bar. I loosened up these 17mm bolts right here, so the pumpkin could drop down, and because it's secured on that end over there, well, it pivots down on this side, which is perfect because I needed this side lower. Let me get the light over here for you guys. Carrier bearing is perfectly centered, and you see the play on it right now. Okay, that means that there's not like tension one way or the other. Everything's good. And then I already showed you guys on this side over here that we had about half an inch of clearance. As far as the shifter linkage, yeah, it was originally about right here, now it's about half an inch back this way. So it used to be over here, now it's about half an inch back over here. What I did to do that is it's got a notch in the center. I just pushed the notch back a little bit further. Actually, I went a lot further than I needed to, but you know, that way we can have some adjustability. So by dropping the differential, we're able to put the drive shaft in, and we're gonna go ahead and bolt everything back up. Anyway, got the valve body out. This is the original G37 valve body. not really original. It's it was rebuilt by Level 10. And it was apparent because when I was taking off the bolts, there's supposed to be, you know, there's like 5 sets of different size bolts, A, B, C, D, E, and they're different lengths. And I was taking them out according to the FSM, right? So I'm like, all right, cool. Like, so this one's A and that one's A and A, you know, and they have specific lengths on them. You see that? And then it'll tell you how many of each bolt, and they're different. Like, they're different, you know, except for this one right here. And I'm taking off the bolt and I'm like, oh, I think I messed something up, right? Because this bolt is a different length and it's supposed to be the same. No, it was just the way it was rebuilt. They just didn't care. They just put whatever bolt wherever it goes. Who cares? So, you know, Pat, if you're listening, I would like a refund for my original transmission. It'd be nice. I was like, I'll even ship you 2 transmissions back because I got 2 level 10 transmissions still. Both paid for. There. Oh, that's one. Normally right there. Yeah, there it is. So line pressure, torque converter, clutch solenoid, front brake, low clutch, 2, 3, 4 brake, okay, whatever. This is the very first one. And we're gonna check this one out, and this is the one I think was different, if I recall correctly. Let's find out. No, it is the same. All right, cool. So 13.3. That's his back. Definitely different. Different connector and everything. But because everything is consistent, I'm gonna go ahead and go with it. If one of them was wildly off, shorted to ground or open, definitely gonna be bad. But it looks like these are pretty good. What failed on the level 10 transmission, I am pretty sure is the torque converter. The way it was shuddering, it has to be the torque converter that went out on that. But we'll find out when we actually put it all together. But for now, let's go ahead and transfer all the solenoids from the original to the new valve body. Line it up good. Nice. Oh, welcome back, y'all. I have made a lot of progress today. Cleaned up my work area a little bit. Actually, I just threw it all here. But at least it's off the floor, which is really important because it was frustrating the hell out of me. There's the original transmission, the original valve body, the all-wheel drive rear section, the output shaft, the all-wheel drive cross member that I don't need, all the bolts, everything's right there. So let me show you what we did on the bottom. So we went ahead and got a new gasket from Infiniti, new exhaust gaskets from O'Reilly's. I took the original ones that were off here and I was like, hey, it's a 2.5 inch opening, like, what do you guys got? And we went through all of them until we found some really, really good ones with the little stainless steel or the little steel insert on it, and we'll see how it sounds. All the bolts in the transmission are installed, except for these 2 on the bottom that, you know, didn't line up. Okay, so we are currently putting some fluid in the car right now. That's going to be to turn it on and drive it for a little bit, get everything circulating, and I know I should use like Infiniti OEM fluid, but I don't even know if this transmission is good, so I'm not going to spend that much money doing that right now. So let me go ahead and finish the procedure for putting the oil in and warming it up and checking the fluids and stuff, and then we'll turn it on, okay? And then we'll go for a cruise if we can. try to stay out of boost because it's a cheap ass belt on there right now. So I just want to see if the transmission shifts through all the gears. That's the most important thing right now, and then we'll go from there. Second, third. Oh, a little bit of flare on fourth. Fourth. Ah, it's got a flare to it. Fifth feels pretty good. Yeah, fifth, sixth, seventh. Not bad. That third to fourth flare though, I don't like that. I'm gonna get with the tuner and take a look at the torque tables. Maybe they're just set a little too high, or maybe it's just the valve body that was done by the other company. But let's let it warm up a little bit more. We'll try it with a little bit of boost and just see what's up. Wait for that Camaro. Like I said, nothing crazy. We want to be able to make it home, so let's not break the car right now. Car's not making any boost. I get like 2 psi. Fuck. Kind of weird. Damn, it's not one thing, it's another. I need to stop rushing these projects. Do not rush projects, guys. Get it done. Do it right the first time. Learn from my mistakes. I gotta say the trans feels pretty good. It just you know, that little flare from, I think it's was it third to fourth? Other than the flare, I mean, it feels like brand new again. I'm digging it. All right, my light's green and the state trooper just ran the light. Son of a bitch. Gotta figure out where that boost leak is. I feel it. 2 pounds of boost, this thing makes like 14, 15. 16, 17 on a good day. That's why dyno's so high. I don't really hear any air rushing out where it's not supposed to. It's kind of odd. Could be at the intercooler. Maybe I forgot to tighten a coupler. And we did it. We finally completed the VR transmission swap on the G37 sedan. You guys can do it too. It's a bolt-on mod, I would say. Don't have to change the tuning. You don't have to wire anything differently. Everything bolts right up. Swap a couple of things over, cut a little bit here, cut a little bit there. The drive shaft fits, so you know that's a win right there. I don't think anybody's used a stock drive shaft yet, and it drives good. You know, other than a boost leak that I just noticed right now, and a little flare in the transmission that's probably either tuning related or from the original TCM or solenoids that I had. It's solid, man. I expect it to hold 500 torque all day long. So, you know, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to my channel. I do this shit all the time. I'm glad to have you with me. We'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.